Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I want to talk about red flags in dating, for a covert narcissist. A lot of people don't realize that when they get involved with a covert narcissist, they don't really see the signs till later on. Covert narcissistic abuse is insidious, which means that you don't see it happening. You just think like, this person, they have a problem communicating or something like that. But you don't realize that you're dealing with a covert narcissist. So I'm going to talk about the signs for a covert narcissist. So let me just say one thing. When you deal with a covert narcissist, the first thing that should come into your brain is passive aggressive, okay? This is how covert narcissists fight, by passive aggression. They're going to freeze you out. They're going to do things like the silent treatment. When you say something, they're going to stonewall you. They're going to walk out. They're going to try to make you feel like you're nothing. A covert narcissist will never validate anything that you say or validate you. They don't want to give you that kind of power. So they'll a lot of times they'll sit there in silence, or they won't even regard what you're saying or make like they don't hear you or something like that. So when you start to see signs like that, that is a red flag. Another red flag, you guys, is when you're texting the covert narcissist. Covert narcissists are famous for when you text them and you see read. In other words, let's say they have an iPhone or something and it comes back and it says read, and they don't text you back. Covert narcissists do this because they feel like they don't want to just respond to you right away. They want you thirsty, always looking for their validation, always looking for their approval. So they withhold themselves, okay? In other words, they don't come on strong and everything like that. They'll come on strong in the beginning. Understand this. They'll come on strong in the beginning. They'll try to win you over in the beginning, and flatter you. They kill you with kindness. A covert narcissist motto is you get more bees with honey. So they're going to constantly flatter you in the beginning, but once you're in the relationship, that covert narcissist is going to kind of run hot and cold with you. They're not going to be consistent. And that's going to be one of your red flags, that you're not dealing with a real one. A real one doesn't run cold every now and then. A covert narcissist is going to run cold because they always want you thirsty for their attention, and they'll do that as well in the bedroom. They'll run very cold. They'll say they're tired all the time. They may not want intimacy to be with you. Although narcissists themselves can't be intimate, it's always about sex, not intimacy, because in order to be intimate, you have to be able to open yourself up to somebody. So understand this. When you deal with a covert narcissist, sometimes they're going to be very, very nice, and sometimes they're going to be cold as hell, all right? And they may take an attitude like, you know what, I don't have to get back to you right away or something like that. The other red flag with a covert narcissist is they make promises that they don't keep, okay? Like they'll make promises to go on vacations with you and nothing ever comes to fruition where you're ever going away with them. They talk a good game, okay? Covert narcissists are good talkers and talking a good game and making you think like, they're in your corner, they got your back and everything like that. And the way you're going to know you're dealing with a covert narcissist is when the chips fall, when things are not going right. That covert narcissist is going to ghost you or disappear. And they're going to come back and they're going to make an excuse. They're going to say they got sick. They're going to say they were busy. They're going to make an excuse, oh, they had to work. Oh, they have a project at work or something like that. There's always going to be excuses when you're dealing with a covert narcissist, okay? And why is that? Because they're full of shit, all right? They say one thing and they do another. Big red flag, you guys, that you're dealing with a covert narcissist. Another red flag that you are dealing with a covert narcissist, okay, is that when you deal with a covert narcissist, they will play the victim, okay? They're always crying about something. Oh, they got these bills and everything like that. They don't know how they're going to pay it. Or, sometimes they show fake humility. And this is how they fool people, is with the fake humility. They'll put themselves down and everybody be like, no, what are you talking about? You're a wonderful person and everything like that. This is so, it beefs up their ego that they need to hear people say how wonderful they are. And also, they're trying to show you some fake vulnerability, that they're vulnerable because they put themselves down. It's all an act, all right? It's all an act. And it's to fool you so that you drop your guard and you do the same thing and you start revealing your innermost secrets or something to them. Just because somebody tells you something that supposedly is a very personal secret or something doesn't mean that you need to tell them a personal secret about yourself. And this is how people try to get information out of you and try to figure out what your vulnerabilities are. And covert narcissists are very shifty. So they're going to try to do this to find out what your vulnerabilities are. And why is that? So they can use it against you down the road, okay? When you do something they don't like, they're going to use it against you, or they're going to talk about you. Covert narcissists also, big red flag, they're gossipers. They'll always be talking about you behind your back, talking to outsiders, talking to their flying monkeys, okay? Covert narcissists always have a secret life going on. They're either talking to other people or having situationships with other people, and you will never know it because they're going to be telling you one thing and they're going to be doing another, all right? They're totally, totally fake. They're totally, totally full of shit, okay? And the only way you're going to know is by their pattern of behavior over a period of time, okay? Covert narcissists also are very, very nice to outsiders and cold to you, okay? They want to win outsiders over. And why is that? So that if you have a problem with that covert narcissist down the road, those outsiders are going to side with the covert narcissist and look at you like you're crazy because the covert narcissist has buttered up these outsiders and now they are allies to the covert narcissist because that covert narcissist flattered them so much. So they're not going to speak against the covert narcissist. They're going to look at you like you're being unfair, you're crazy, and everything like that. Another sign of what a covert narcissist does, okay, is they question your mental health. They're going to call you crazy when you try to call them out on something. They're going to say there's something wrong with your thinking or you really need, therapy or something. And they try to do it in a way that they're trying to be, concerned for you or something like that. Or they'll try to play that to other people. I'm really concerned. I've really tried with so-and-so, but, they're always angry and always fighting with me. They're always attacking me. They always love to claim that you are attacking them, when meanwhile, they're gaslighting you and lying to you. And yet, when you call them out, they're going to flip it around and say you're attacking them, okay? This is so they can make you look bad. This is how they cause reactive abuse as well. Covert narcissist will flat out lie to you and know that they're lying to you and will do it to a point to drive you crazy. And then a lot of them will, they'll tell other people, or some of them will film you about doing that and everything like that. So a covert narcissist is a snake, okay? Bottom line, they are a snake. But like I said from the beginning, one of the clues of knowing you're dealing with a covert narcissist is the nonverbal body language, okay? A covert narcissist is going to roll their eyes when you say something. They're going to smirk. They may have their back to you or make like they don't hear you when you say something, okay? Like I had that with somebody that was working with my kid and he was like not acknowledging what I was saying or something. And I said, oh, I'm dealing with a covert narcissist over here. Deliberately not acknowledging the advice I was giving him with regard to, how to work with my son or something, because he knows better, okay? He thought he knew better. And when you're dealing with somebody like a covert narcissist, they don't want to be told, okay? How dare you tell them how to do something or whatever, even though you know better. That is a sign, okay? Because they won't acknowledge what you're saying. They won't validate what you're saying. Covert narcissists also, a lot of covert narcissists, they have like, a lot of them come from toxic families, okay? Maybe their parents were covert narcissists and this is what they learned, how to deal with things, they don't try to resolve conflict. Covert narcissists don't want to resolve conflict. They want to avoid conflict. They want to sweep it under the rug. They're the ones that are going to tell you, oh, why are you bringing up that? That's from the past or something. Well, you're bringing that up because it was never resolved. And if you don't resolve it and you don't acknowledge it, it's going to keep coming up and it's going to keep being a problem, okay? Like I had somebody who says, why would anybody want to bring up the past anyway? Because if the past is not resolved, if you have a problem with somebody and you can't acknowledge the problem and resolve it, it's going to keep coming up. It's going to surface till it finally explodes and it's bad, okay? So this is what people don't understand that like to sweep things under the rug. You're not clearing the air, okay? So people move on in life, but there's still that dissatisfaction because the problem was never resolved. You're not connecting with that person. All right. And this is the problem with a covert narcissist. When you deal with a covert narcissist, you are never going to feel connected to that person. Covert narcissists have a wall up, okay? And they are not going to let you in. And why is that? Because a covert narcissist doesn't trust. They don't trust anybody. A lot of times they don't even trust their own family, okay? They are such a wounded individual, all right? Usually from some kind of childhood trauma, you know, and they're afraid to be vulnerable or something like that because they're not going to leave themselves open as a target. Now, another thing that I want to bring up about narcissists and covert narcissists is their networkers, okay? And this, I did a post on this, and there was so much back and forth on this post. And people were saying, well, I network. That doesn't make me a narcissist. Nobody said you're a narcissist if you network. But I'm saying a lot of narcissists are networkers. They're always prospecting new supply. In other words, they go out and they're always being friendly to this one, friendly to that one. They're working on their options. That's another reason that, you know, covert narcissists are so nice to outsiders because they're going to bounce over to them. If something doesn't happen with you, they have a backup plan. These covert narcissists always have a backup plan. All right. They're never, ever going to be left in a position where they're alone, okay? That's like death to a narcissist, is to be left alone. So they're always going to have somebody else or a couple of other people that they could fall back on or call if they need them to fill in that void that they have, okay? So understand this. These are all signs when dealing with a covert narcissist. Other signs include things like showing up late. A lot of times covert narcissists like to control the situation. They'll show up late. I had one woman who was saying that the covert narcissist she was dealing with always used to cancel at the last minute. And somebody said, well, that's a control issue. It could be partly a control issue, or it could be that they have other supply and the other supply came through and they're canceling on you last minute, okay? It depends on the situation that they're in, because we all know that narcissists always have options. So that covert narcissist may have had, supply 2, 3, 4, for the plans for that evening, and they came through and they canceled on her. So that might be why, he's always canceling last minute, because he has other people that he's trying to get together with and she's not his first option. So it may not necessarily just be a control issue. Okay. If it's a control issue, it's also because he would want her to, always be thirsty for him. And what covert narcissists do a lot of times is they're going to want you always looking for them. Okay. That's why they're not going to text you back right away. They're going to test you to see how much you come looking for them, how many times you text them, how many times you call them and stuff like that. They want to test you to see just how thirsty you are for them. Okay. So understand this. They're never, ever going to, be like all in. They're always going to have a distance between you and them. And if you ever marry a covert narcissist, it's one of your biggest nightmares. Believe me when I tell you, because I'm speaking from experience. You're going to feel alone. When you're with a covert narcissist, you feel alone. Although you may talk to that person and everything like that, there's always a monkey in the room. Like you always feel like you're not connecting with that person because there's a wall up or something like that. They may sit there, they may nod their head, they may agree with you or something like that. but they're not totally connecting. And why is that? Because they don't trust, okay? So this is what it is, you guys. And when you start to see all these signs, these are red flags that you're probably dealing with a covert narcissist. The other thing too is understand covert narcissists like to be where the money is. They're going to kiss up to the people that have the most money, whether it's in the family, in the work environment, who's the most successful. They're very materialistic. They're very concerned with having the best cars and everything like that, the best homes, and they want they manipulate to get these things. So they're always going to kiss up to who is going to, give them a come up. They're going to kiss up to people that will help them have a come up. That's why a lot of them, the ones that, have nothing going for them, and let's say you have your own house or something like that, and they're trying to move into your place, nobody falls in love more than a narcissist who's got nothing going for them and wants to move into your place, all right? So you've got to look at a person's situation and just see how are they treating you. But the big red flags when you're dealing with a covert narcissist is that they are not transparent, okay? Everything with a covert narcissist is fuzzy, and people start to question that, and they say, oh, that's just the way they are, or, that's the way they express themselves. No, they understand, but they will not validate you. Understand this. They will not validate you. They have such fragile egos that they don't want to give you any kind of kudos, all right? They don't want to give you that kind of power. That's like if you told a covert narcissist about something great going on in your life, they're either going to give you a fake, oh, that's great, and meanwhile it's going to be killing them, or they're going to change the subject. A lot of times, covert narcissists, when you're telling them something great that's going on in your life, they're going to change the subject because they can't fucking stand to hear somebody else doing well. That kills them. What else kills them is when you praise other people. When you praise other people in front of a covert narcissist, just look at their face. You're going to see smoke coming out of their ears because it's going to bother them so much when they see other people getting praised, because again, it's killing their inner ego, thinking somebody else is getting praised. But the thing is, a covert narcissist doesn't show their hand. They're not going to come out and tell you exactly how they feel. They hide their feelings. And this is why people say they're so dangerous, because you think everything's okay with a covert narcissist, and meanwhile, they're pissed off at you and you don't even realize it, and they pay you back later on. They'll pay you back by smearing you to other people. They'll pay you back by canceling on you. They'll pay you back by trying to screw you out of money. All right? They'll do it in an indirect way. So when you think of covert narcissist, just think of somebody who, deals with people indirectly, passive aggressively. They're not a straight shooter. A covert narcissist is not a straight shooter. They are not going to, get up in your face and tell you off and everything like that, unless you really have their back against their wall and you're coming at them. When you're in a situation like that, when you're really coming at that covert narcissist and you're hitting them with the facts and you're calling them out for that bullshit, they're going to do one of two things. They're either going to come back at you because they're cornered, okay? They're like a rat that got cornered, or they're going to run out and they're going to, run from you. They're going to stonewall you and call you crazy and run out of the room, and then they're going to go no contact with you, okay? Because they can't handle it. So, everything is always in the dark when you're dealing with a covert narcissist. So you've got to look at the nonverbal body language. You've got to look at their actions. Another thing is covert narcissists don't follow through. Like I said before, they'll say one thing. Oh, yeah, no, definitely. We got plans Saturday night. And they're always canceling, okay? Or they make outlandish promises. Oh, you and I are going to have the most wonderful life in the world. Oh, I love you unconditionally. I couldn't live without you. Meanwhile, they discard you because they were full of shit, okay? Because they were dealing with other people and that you don't know about. Covert narcissists always keep secrets. They don't tell people what's on their mind or what they're doing. But you'll see, the minute that you see any kind of shadiness, that is a red flag, and you've got to recognize, and you've got to say to yourself, I'm not dealing with a transparent person. I may be dealing with a covert narcissist. And also, another clue too, you guys, is if they're sarcastic. They're giving you little wise-ass remarks. People that are sarcastic are usually covert narcissists that can't come out and tell you how they feel. So they got to be a wise-ass and make a sarcastic remark to give you a dig and then say, oh, I was only joking. Because they're a basic fucking coward that don't have the balls to stand up to you. So they got to be sarcastic to get it across. And then they try to play innocent, That's another thing, a red flag with a covert narcissist. They love to play innocent. Like, oh, what are you talking about? I was only joking. Oh, you're so sensitive. Oh, why do you take everything to heart or something like that? They know exactly what they're fucking doing. They're not stupid, all right? And what gets me is so many people sit there and say on the post, oh, narcissists, they're in their own world of reality. No, they're not. They know exactly what they're fucking doing. But what they're trying to do is confuse you into thinking that they believe that bullshit when they know what's truth and what's not, but they're gonna play stupid, okay? They're gonna play stupid and they want you to believe that. So don't be a sucker and believe that, okay? Because they know exactly what they're doing. And my last point, you guys, is this. When you're dealing with a covert narcissist, they're going to study you. Narcissists are very perceptive. I can't talk today. They're very perceptive. They are going to study the shit out of you to see what makes you tick. And they're going to see what kind of person you are. They're very good at analyzing people. And why is that? Because they're good manipulators. So in order to be a good manipulator, they've got to analyze you, right? So a lot of times you'll see a covert narcissist and they're going to be looking at you and staring at you because they're sizing up how you deal with things. Do you get angry easily? Or, are you a cool cucumber or something like that? They're constantly sizing you up because they want to see how easy you are to manipulate, all right? So don't be so open with these people, because when you're open with these people, they are going to use it against you. You can't trust anybody unless you know them over a period of time. Trust is earned over a period of time. Remember that, all right? And especially when you're dealing with a covert narcissist. When you open up too quickly to a covert narcissist, they will use it against you down the road, all right? So be careful and move slow with it. I hope that helps you. If it did, please hit the subscribe button and please share the podcast, you guys. I'd appreciate it if you could share it on your social media or whatever. Have a great day. If you guys are having a problem in your dating or relationship, or you're dealing with somebody maybe that's narcissistic, you don't know if they're a narcissist, or you're just having problems, you're in a toxic relationship and you need some clarity on it, go to the link in the podcast description for my website where I offer email and phone coaching. If you have a quick question, just a quick question, and you want to get a video sent back to you answering your question, there's also a link there for Vizio where I will send you a personalized video answering your question. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to let you know that the Game Exposed now has their merchandise available. Check out the link in the bio, and you could go check it out. There's cool hoodies, cool sweatpants, cool hats. So go to the bio for the link. And also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at The Game EXP 123, and also on Instagram, The Game EXP 123. Okay? And have a great day.